is Alexandra 360. I'm your host, Alexandra Levine. Tonight, pre-debate show. We have been waiting for this for how long? A debate between President Trump and Kamala Harris. What is going to happen tonight? What will President Trump say? What will Kamala Harris say? How will the responses be? Is Kamala Harris going to flip-flop again on her record? Is she going to say the same things that President Trump has been saying on the campaign trail? Or is she going to go back to how she was when she ran as senator, or when she ran as president, or when she ran for vice president in 2019? But I can tell you that President Trump is working really hard on this debate. He's been prepping with Tulsi Gabbard and many others to combat Kamala Harris's record. She calls herself the border czar, and there's many other things that she was supposed to do that she has not done. And that is mostly, from what I've been told, what President Trump is going for tonight. He's just going to call her out on her record. People have prepped him not to attack her personally, not to attack her character, don't call her a lunatic. But you have to think about this woman. I mean, she is using election interference, hardcore. This is a coup to put her in. This whole thing is a coup to put her in. She knew that Joe Biden had dementia. She knew that he was unfit to serve. She did terribly when she ran for president. She actually had to leave the Iowa caucus because Tulsi Gabbard actually demolished her at the Democratic primary debate. And that's the same thing that President Trump will probably do tonight. But we will see. And I ask my audience and everyone objectively not to watch this debate as a Republican or an independent or a Democrat, just to watch it as an American citizen. Take party out of it. Just think about, who do you want in the Oval Office January 20th of 2025? Who do you want to lead this country? Who do you want to lead and to help? Not only is it important to have a proper president in the White House to help our nation, but also this has to do with the world, because our foreign leaders are watching. Our foreign leaders will be watching tonight. I can guarantee you that Zelensky will be watching, Vladimir Putin will be watching, Bibi Netanyahu will be watching. All of our leaders will be watching this debate tonight to see who is fit and to see who will carry the torch of being the president of the United States in January of 2025. But you have to, as an American citizen, objectively look at the platforms between President Trump and Kamala Harris. Eddie is going to show you the Trump 2024 campaign platform, what they want to do. And I'll go over that with you. There it is. So he says he wants to seal the border, end inflation, large tax cuts, defend our Constitution and our fundamental freedoms, prevent World War II, end the weaponization of government, strengthen our military, keep the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency, keep men and women's sports, secure our elections, and remove pro-Hamas radicals from college campuses, etc. And the list goes on and on. He does not believe in defunding the police. He believes in medical freedom. President Trump is a freedom fighter. He believes in our Constitution. He believes in the freedom of speech, the freedom of the press, the freedom of religion. Now, Eddie's going to put up the platform of Kamala Harris's accomplishments and what she wants to do. It's very, very different. So her accomplishments have not changed since when she was a senator to now a vice president. But these are her accomplishments. She allowed 50 million unvetted illegals into the country, historic inflation crisis, record high gas prices in all 50 states, record high consumer debt, released terrorists into the country, even though she said as district attorney, she actually put the drug lords in jail, the drug cartels, and kept them there. That's not true. She was involved and in charge of the Ukraine-Russia war under Biden. She was involved and in charge with Biden with the Israel-Hamas war. She actually said, after Bibi Netanyahu left D.C. to go to Mar-a-Lago, she said that the IDF needs to fully pull out of Gaza. We need a full #ceasefire. And Israel isn't doing enough to provide humanitarian aid to Gaza, which we all know isn't true. Israel has provided humanitarian aid to Gaza, but what happens? Hamas takes that aid and steals that aid. And Israel is doing everything they can to stop this war. They are doing everything they can to rescue those hostages, release the hostages. They are winning. Also, may I remind my audience that Kamala Harris snubbed the Prime Minister of Israel when he came to speak in the halls of Congress. And her rhetoric after he left actually caused the death of 12 innocent Israelis, young innocent Israelis, in the Druze community on a soccer field. She also started the disaster, or was a part of the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan under Biden. Violent crime skyrocketing under her leadership. Tried to jail political rival, which is President Trump. She's trying him to jail, again, political interference. And also lied to the American people about Joe Biden's dementia and his mental decline. She also declares war on American energy. She said in 2019, I ban fracking. I will ban fracking. But she lied to Dana Bash on CNN. She said, I didn't call for fracking. I didn't ban fracking as vice president. I won't ban fracking as president. That's a lie. She declared war on American energy. She said it in 2019 on CNN, actually, that she would ban fracking. So, again, to the American people, when you're watching this debate tonight, this 90-minute debate, I don't want you to look at it as being a Democrat, independent, or Republican. I want you to look at it as being an American. And I want you to see the difference between how Kamala Harris handles herself and how President Trump handles himself. We all saw the shellacking he gave to Joe Biden, and he didn't even argue with Joe Biden. He just stood there and watched Joe Biden basically, quote, hang himself. I mean, the guy was clearly inept and couldn't even finish the sentence. But Kamala Harris is tough. Kamala Harris is going to say that President Trump left her with a mess, that she had to clean it up. She's going to say that the jobs are better now than ever, that our unemployment is low. She's going to say he left us with these wars. He left us in turmoil. He left us with the economy in turmoil. But then she'll twist it and say, yes, prices are up. Yes, prices are up. But it's because of President Trump. His tax cuts helped the billionaires. They didn't help the middle class. I want to help the middle class, even though she doesn't want to help the middle class. And she's going to say, I didn't call for banning fracking, didn't ban fracking as vice president, won't ban fracking as president, which we all know is not true. The sound clips have been played over and over and over again, and not just by the Trump campaign, but other media outlets as well. But I'll be honest with you, this debate tonight is not fair. It is going to be 2 against 1. Kamala Harris's husband has a direct relationship with ABC News, and there's a lot of ties there and a lot of relationships. And Kamala Harris herself has a lot of friendships and relationships with ABC News. That's why she specifically wanted this debate on ABC. She was supposed to have a debate with President Trump on Fox News, and of course she declined. So President Trump had a town hall with Sean Hannity in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and did very well. Would have been nice to have had a debate, but she didn't want to go on Fox News because it had to be on her terms. She actually requested a lift for this particular debate because she's 5'2" and President Trump is 6'3". And she's looking at the demographics saying, this 6'3" guy, he's going to tower over me when I'm standing next to him or on the opposite side of him. There's no way that I can overpower him with just my voice. I need to try to overpower him with, putting some lifts on that stage. Ridiculous, ridiculous. But again, the platforms are there. They're all over the internet. The difference between President Trump and Kamala Harris is day and night. This election, and everyone tells you this election is the most important, but I can tell you as a political consultant, this election is the most important election of our lives. It is capitalism versus socialism. It is slavery versus freedom. And you, the American people, have to ask yourselves, what do I want as a commander-in-chief? Do I want government controlling me? Do I not worry that an illegal is going to come and take my job, or better yet, take my apartment away from me like they're doing in Aurora, Colorado? Or do I want freedoms? Do I want to get a job based on merit? Do I want to have my freedom of speech intact? Do I want to go to college and make sure that I'm safe? Or do I have to worry that if I practice my religion, am I going to be attacked or killed? Or robbed or raped? There's things happening in this country that have never happened before. It's worse now than ever before. Under Obama, it was bad. Biden, it was bad, but now it's really bad. And under a Kamala Harris-Walz administration, I can guarantee you it will get worse. We all can admit that under President Trump, things were better. And we all can admit that under a President Trump administration, things will be better. Because this election will secure and procure our future. Coming after the break, we have a special guest. Her name is Naomi. She is part of the Rally Virginia. She's an ambassador of Alberline County in Virginia, and we will have her right after the break.
Since the beginning of time, all living creatures rely on the sun's source of natural light to grow and to help promote overall wellness. We are all light beings. The patches are all natural and drug-free that uses the body's own natural light to help promote general health and wellness. How it works. Simply place the patch on specific points on your body and where the patch is placed on your skin. It reflects back into the body when it's tapped into its own flow of natural energy, which in turn creates the GHK-Cu copper peptide, which rejuvenates your cells and gives you a more younger, healthier you.
As we age, we lose a bit of energy. Of course, that's not our fault. Our bodies change as we grow. These phototherapy patches rejuvenate your cells and your skin and play a key role in the aging process. Research has found that as we age, the number and the function of these cells decline, which can lead to a decrease in skin elasticity and the development of wrinkles. But what if there was a product that could restore that spunk for more than just your skin? The product does draw out other huge benefits, such as more energy, better sleep, reduced stress, and pain management. So go to Miracle Healing Therapy today and get yours.
Hi, everyone, and we're back. I'm Alexandra Levine with Alexandra 360, our pre-debate show up into the 90-minute debate coming up on ABC News. We have a special guest, my friend Naomi. She's a dedicated grassroots coordinator and political activist and part of the Rally Virginia. She's ambassador for Alberline County, Virginia. Thank you so much for coming on to our show, Naomi.
Hi, Alexandra. How are you? I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. So, Naomi, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us about Rally Virginia.
Yes, I am. I have been living in Virginia for 7 years. We moved here from Scottsdale, Arizona. My husband works in Fishersville. I have one daughter, and I became involved with Rally Virginia about 1.5 years ago. And Rally Virginia, I would say, is probably the largest and fastest growing women's political organization in Virginia. And right now we are doing everything we can to campaign for President Trump.
Now tell us about the event that you're having September 21st. Eddie's going to put up the flyer. It's a special rally.
Oh,
To be
so
attending from 2 to 4 p.m.
Rally Virginia is the host and the organizer of an incredible event that we are having next Saturday, September the 21st. We are hosting almost 1,500 women across the Commonwealth for a women's only rally to support President Trump, right here at his at the Trump Vineyard here in Charlottesville.
Now, I can tell you, I have been to Trump Winery many times. The wine is delicious. I'm not being biased. My father is a wine connoisseur, and I have bought him that Cabernet from Trump Winery for Father's Day, for his birthday. My dad's birthday is on Halloween that's coming up. I'll be buying him that wine again. It is phenomenal wine, and they do wine tastings and sample tastings. It's really worth it to go up there and to actually have a tour of the winery as well. But if you've never, to the audience, if you've never been to Trump Winery before, and you're a woman, please come up with us, and you can get in touch with Naomi and how to come to that event September 21st.
It's an incredibly patriotic rally. The vineyard has been transformed. It's full of American flags. It's It's a very, very special place. We're also going to have a special guest speaker, which I hope I can reveal in the next few days, which will be very, very exciting. We're really excited. And I think the most important thing, Alexandra, is that we want to send a resounding message to the nation that the women of Virginia, the women of the Commonwealth, stand with President Trump. That is so important, that the country sees it, that the world sees this.
Well, I always say to anybody who's running for office, connect with these women's groups because they have a lot of power, they have a lot of energy, they have a lot of money, their husbands have money. And this is really a great, thing to do, is to get involved with any type of Women for Trump or, women for a specific candidate. Have the women rally behind you because we as women, we have voices too. We vote too.
We make a difference. We make a difference. We are in charge of the finances. We look after the children. We know what we want. We know what we don't want. And I want to go back to the Trump years when life was safe, life was affordable. When religion, I wasn't persecuted, because of my religion. When I could be free and my daughter could be free and we could afford things and life wasn't so difficult. And no matter what I did, I always knew I was okay because President Trump was always behind the scenes looking after us. I want that security and stability.
I agree with you. And shifting to the debate, like we were talking about in the first half of my show. Yes. So what are the 3 questions President Trump should ask Kamala, in your opinion?
I wrote them down because I'm very, very serious about this. I have 3 specific questions. Number 1, why have you not met with the families of the 13 fallen service members during the Afghanistan withdrawal? Number 2, you have not been able to control the prices that the average American faces in the last 3 years. Why have you not been able to control these price spikes? Number 3, why has the Biden-Harris administration lost control of the southern border in the last 3.5 years?
Those are great questions. I hope that the moderator at ABC, I hope she asked those questions to Kamala specifically first. We all know what President Trump is going to say. But those are questions that need to be answered by Kamala. She hasn't really answered any questions by any reporters. She's avoided reporters. She's avoided interviews. She had a stupid interview with Dana Bash. Wasn't even really an interview.
Wasn't exactly.
I think she got the questions beforehand. Some are saying
definitely.
Yeah. Some are even saying that she got the questions before this debate. But it's just,
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's going to be interesting to see if she answers these questions. Another question to you, what is your advice to President Trump for tonight's debate?
Let her speak. Do not interrupt and pin her to the Biden-Harris administration because if they have not fixed the country in the last 3.5 years, why are Americans going to think they're going to fix the country now? Why?
That's very true. And that's what was so notorious of what President Trump did in his debate against Biden is he just let Biden talk. And then it was so funny. He had one line that said, I don't even think he knows what he said. I don't know what he said.
Yes, I remember that.
He's just so out of it. He's got dementia. Yes. And I think that President Trump should say, you knew that your boss, so to speak, had dementia. And you still went along with it, and you kept saying that he's mentally fit, and you knew he wasn't mentally fit, and you lied to the American people.
You lied to the country. You've lied about everything.
You lied about everything.
Through you. We know better. We know better. Exactly. But I like what you said. Watch the debate as an American.
Yeah.
Not as a Democrat, not as a Republican, just an American that wants the best for the country. And the country stabilized, and slowly the world can be stabilized. And I truly trust that President Trump has a plan for all this.
I agree. Well, my friend Seth Eisenberg, who does the Conservative Corner every Sunday night at 7 p.m. here on the Patriots Prayer Network, he always says principles over party. And I believe him on that. And I agree with him on that. You have to think of principles before party, because there's a lot of people, that say they're Republican, but they do the opposite. There's people that are Democrat that say they do the opposite. As you know, I work with an organization, Jexit Inc. We talk about Jews exiting the Democratic Party. And sometimes it's hard for Jewish Democrats to leave the party, but if they just vote Republican, that means that we've done our work. And Alan Dershowitz, who's been a lifelong Democrat for many years, he actually just left the party and became
I heard his announcement this week.
It's great. Yes. He Jexited. He #Jexited. Now, he hasn't fully come out in support for President Trump or said he's going to vote for President Trump, but I think he's a smart enough man, in my opinion, to do the right thing and vote for President Trump. But for him to leave, of all people, for RFK Jr. to leave, for Elon Musk to leave, President Trump left the party. People forget.
Right. President Trump was a Democrat. That's
he was
right.
a Democrat
That's
for a long time. For him, Tulsi Gabbard left the party. For all these people to leave the party, that says something. That means that the party left them. And again, just as an American, ask yourself, are you better off now than you are 4 years ago? They ask that question all the time. Are you better off now being a Democrat? Are you better off now being an independent, a Republican? How do you feel? How do you feel the country is going? Where do you see this going? What do you want in your life? Take a look at your wallet. Take a look at your pockets. There's a lot of single people out there between the ages of 25 to 45. Do they want to stay single forever? Do they want to get married? Do they want to have kids? What kind of administration would benefit them? What kind of administration would provide them money? As President Trump always says, let's make America strong again, make America wealthy again, make America healthy again. Those are his mottos.
Just put your hatred aside, put anger aside, put everything aside. Please vote on policies.
Exactly.
Just vote on policies.
Naomi, I'm going to shift to Virginia politics a little bit because, as you know, your governor, he's term limiter right now. He can come back.
Yes.
In the state of Virginia, you can't do consecutive terms. He has 4 years. He leaves and then he can come back and run again. But as you know, your lieutenant governor, she just announced that she's going to run for governor. I know your attorney general, Mr. Mejares, he's thinking of running for governor. What say you about that?
I look forward to seeing what's happened. I'm going to be following it closely. And once we get through this election, let's see what happens and how we can help. I'm happy to help either one.
I'll be honest, I've met both of those people. I've met Winston Sears. I've met Mejares. Mejares has actually done some really good things.
Yes.
Recently, in regards to combating the pro-Hamas protests on college campuses, I saw a report of that today. He got in there as Attorney General and just started, following the law like a real attorney should. And he cracked down on
that. Was handled so well. I was in Charlottesville that weekend when it was happening. When they said no tents up, they were taken down. I saw it was really interesting, just what I witnessed happening to be in Charlottesville that weekend and what was going on with UVA. So we're very, very proud of what he did. It made a big difference in the community. It did. I think he's incredible. I did meet him myself about maybe 2 months ago. And it was an honor and a privilege to meet him. I was not in town when Winsome Sears came to the coffee shop here, but I hope to meet her soon too.
Nice. And as you said, we'll be looking at that race. It'll be interesting to see if the Attorney General will get in.
Yes.
I know people are pushing him to get in, but we'll see. We'll totally see. Very interesting. Like I said, they're both wonderful people. Whoever gets in, will, in my opinion, do a really great job.
I agree with you. And we are here to support that. And it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time. I have a good feeling about the presidential election. I do. I'm very, very confident.
That's good. I am too. And like I said, I think this debate tonight will solidify what will happen in November. I think people are going to really watch this debate tonight. And people that are still on the fence, they're going to make their final decisions. People that have made their final decisions, I think they're going to really solidify their decisions after tonight.
I agree.
Everybody watch the debate. I encourage everybody to watch the debate, regardless if you like President Trump or not.
Yes,
Harris or not, watch the debate.
Absolutely. And I look forward to letting you know who our guest speaker will be very soon.
Yeah, please. Again, Naomi, let us know how we can follow you. Tell us any social media we can follow you on. Again, how can women get involved in the rally for?
Right now, the best way would just be to go on www.rally.virginia.org and register for the ladies rally next Saturday.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Guest speaker is. I can't wait to be at this event at the Trump Winery. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. If I can, I'll try to get some interviews in there while I'm there.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Yes.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be great. So the Patriots Prayer Network will have a presence there.
Wonderful.
Again, thank you so much, and we will be back right after the break.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Born in the coastal plains of South Texas, Smoking Gun Coffee is founded by combat veterans that know exactly what a cup of coffee needs to taste like. Run by father and son, each coffee bean is perfected, roasted at 500 degrees, and cooled with a Gulf Coast breeze. Smoking Gun Coffee hand makes and bags each ounce of coffee for maximum customer satisfaction. With every purchase, 10% goes back to organizations that help veterans and local communities. That's Texas made, one bag at a time. To find out more, go to www.smokingguncoffee.com.
Hi guys, it's Alexandra Levine with Alexandra 360. Yes, please go to smokingguncoffee.com. Go to the coffee club. Click Alexandra 360. It is free shipping. You get your medium roast and your dark roast. The best part of waking up is Alexandra 360 in your cup. We also have Alexandra 360 cups and Alexandra 360 t-shirts. If you guys are interested, you can always message me, Alexandra Levine, on Facebook, at The Patriots Prayer, on Rumble, as well as X and Facebook. So we just had a wonderful guest, Naomi. She is the dedicated grassroots coordinator and political activist for the Rally, Virginia. She's an ambassador for the Albemarle County, Virginia for Women. So again, they're having a huge event next Saturday, September 21st from 2 to 4 p.m. I will be there at the Trump Winery. She doesn't know what her, will let us know in a few days who her guest speaker will be. It's supposed to be somebody big and huge, but the Patriots Prayer Network will be covering that rally, as well as all of the speakers that will be there. So I'm really excited. Like I said, if you've never been to the Trump rally before, ladies, oh my God, the wine is amazing. And if you are single and you're looking to pick up a man, that's a great place to pick up a man. Is at the Trump rally. The Trump Winery and the Trump rally is a great place to pick up a man as well. I was told there's not a lot of men coming to this event, but you never know what man you'll meet, ladies. But the wine is beautiful, and it's a beautiful vineyard. And if you've never had a chance to go, I would go. I would book a tour there and just go and try the wine there. And Eric Trump created this beautiful winery. He runs the whole Trump organization. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful place, and you feel at home. And it's a beautiful, beautiful place with a beautiful view. So turning now back to this debate tonight. Again, this debate is important. I want every single person, I don't care if you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent, I don't care if you like Kamala Harris, if you don't like President Trump, if you like Trump, if you like RFK Jr., if you like Tulsi, whatever, watch this debate. Watch this debate and watch it objectively, not as a Democrat, not as an independent, not as a Republican, but watch it as an American. Again, principles over party. It is so important. And like I said, I work with the Jexit organization. It is Jews Jexing the Democratic Party. I've talked to a lot of liberal Jews that are leaving the party and voting for Trump because they're tired of the anti-Semitism on college campuses. They're tired of the rise of anti-Semitism. Look at the illegals coming to people's apartments in Aurora, Colorado, banging on their door with guns in their hands, kicking people out of their apartments. This is insane. They're kicking legal citizens out of their apartments. This is going on under Kamala Harris right now. Kamala Harris calls for the defunding of police. We have an unsecure border under Kamala Harris. You really think that things are going to get better under her presidency? Do you think all of a sudden she's going to snap her finger and everything is going to change? Now, I know I may come off biased. I know I may come off as very, very pro-President Trump, which I am. But I am talking to objectively as a Jew, as a woman, as a young millennial, as someone who has lived under the Obama administration and transitioning into the Trump administration and now the Biden administration. I know, me personally, under the Trump administration, things were much easier. I could sing all over the country and the world. I wasn't mandated to take a vaccine. I wasn't mandated to wear a mask. My freedom of speech wasn't taken away from me. I didn't have to worry about DEI hires around me. People hired me based on my merit, not because of the color of my skin. Because I'm Jewish, it's harder for me to get singing gigs under the Biden administration. Because I'm white, it's harder for me to get singing gigs under the Biden administration. That's craziness. That is craziness. My alma mater, NYU, they had BDS on campus, boycott, divest, and sanction. Now it's even worse. As a Jewish person, you can't even go to NYU for fear of being attacked. I can't even go there and wear my Jewish Star with Pride. I can't even speak there in fear of being attacked. This is crazy. I went to the Columbia University Hillel. I went to the MIT Hillel. I conducted services there. I conducted services at the Harvard University Hillel. I've been to all these institutions where these Gaza encampments are and where the rise of anti-Semitism is happening. And this is all under the Biden-Harris administration now. I can't believe that this is going on. This is craziness. And again, you all think with just words, they call it word salad, that all of a sudden things are going to get better. And Kamala Harris now is calling for no tax on tips. President Trump came up with that idea. She says, I'm not going to ban fracking. She said she'll ban fracking in 2019. She said we need to abolish ICE. She says we need to defund the police. That was all in 2019. That wasn't too long ago. And remember, she put people in jail that didn't deserve to be in jail. And she actually allowed the criminals to walk free. And look at all these illegals that she's allowed to pour into the country. They called her the border czar. She's never even been to the border, the real border. She's never been to Eagle Pass. She's never been to some of the darkest areas of the border. She's been to El Paso, Texas, which is a safe and secure border that President Trump created under his leadership. The border has gotten so bad that Governor Abbott from Texas had to take hold of it and call the National Guard to protect the people and said, I'm going to create my own border. Forget her. Screw her. This is insane. This is insane. Election interference. Judge Bershon was going to sentence President Trump September 18th for a year in jail. But he decided not to do it. He's postponing his sentence because he was afraid that if he put Trump in jail, that Trump's numbers would go up. His poll numbers would go up and he would automatically win. So what is he doing? He's postponing it to November 26th, till after the election. Judge Bershon is hoping and praying that there's going to be so much cheating that President Trump loses and that he puts his behind in jail 2 days before Thanksgiving. So it's going to be happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We give thanks that President Trump is in jail. This is what the Democrats want to do. This is a coup. This is what Kamala Harris wants to do. She wants President Trump in jail or worse. We all know what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania. They're still investigating it. And then we found out that the Secret Service agent, she didn't resign. She was forced to leave. She should have resigned. Actually, she should have been fired. There was a lot of shenanigans going on that day. President Trump was not secure that day. He was not safe and secure. And again, what is the job of the Secret Service? To take a bullet for the president and to protect him. And they didn't do that. And she had incompetent people that protected him that day at Butler, Pennsylvania. And he will be having another rally there. They said sometime in October. I hope everybody goes to that rally and really investigates Butler, Pennsylvania and what happened there. Because it's all hush-hush now. But the deep state is scared. The establishment is scared. They're scared that RFK Jr. endorsed President Trump and that President Trump is forming a commission. He's going to release the JFK files, and he's going to release the RFK files, and he's going to release his own file in his attempted assassination. So we all know the truth. As I told you last week, I saw the movie Reagan. It was a great movie. It was a 2.5-hour movie about the life of President Reagan. There are so many parallels between President Reagan and President Trump. I encourage everybody to go see the movie, regardless of your political party, regardless if you liked President Reagan or not. Everyone should go and see it. But again, November 5th is going to be the most important day of our lives. This debate tonight is important. Again, we revealed Trump's platform. He says, seal the border, end inflation, large tax cuts, defend our Constitution, our fundamental freedoms, prevent World War II, end the weaponization of government, strengthen our military, keep the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency, keep men out of women's sports, secure our elections, remove pro-Hamas radicals from college campuses, etc. Does that sound bad to any of you? Does that sound bad to my viewers? Again, this is talking about constitutional freedoms, real freedoms, not the freedoms that Kamala Harris and Governor Josh Shapiro were saying at the DNC. Those freedoms are ridiculous freedoms. Those freedoms call for chaos, total anarchy, and no law and order. So everybody just does whatever they want. So 3-year-olds are allowed to change their sex, to have gender reassignment surgery without parental consent. That's what Tim Walz instituted in his state of Minnesota under executive order. Under a Kamala Harris administration, we could go back to lockdowns again. Another virus could come all of a sudden. She could mandate us to be vaccinated, mandate us to be masked again, hurt our kids' education, permanently put gender identity and CRT curriculum in schools permanently, and forget reading and math and arithmetic, reading and writing and arithmetic, and math. These are important fundamentals for our children to grow. The Gen Zers, it is so important tonight that you watch this debate because you are our next generation. You are the future of America. I want you to step up and say, I will not stand for socialism. I will not live in a Marxist communist nation. President Trump always said, our country will never go socialist. You as a Gen Zer, you have to see that when the government controls you, you lose your freedoms. How can the Democrats say they want freedom when they want full government control over your life, over your body? The government is telling you what type of health care you're allowed to have. Kamala Harris wants to get rid of private insurance. I work in the insurance field. I talk to people all the time. They don't want Obamacare. They don't want centralized universal health care. They want their own. They want their own doctors. They want their own plan for themselves. And we're going into open enrollment right now, which is the best time of year for health insurance agents, because that's the time where people get a plethora of choices to choose from. But Kamala Harris wants to take that away from you. She wants everyone to have the same income. She wants illegals to thrive and legals not to thrive. I know so many people that have worked at Microsoft for 35 years and they're fired, laid off, because all the illegals are taking their jobs. Again, this is under a Biden-Harris administration, and it will continue under her. Again, I know I'm being biased. I know I'm pushing President Trump. But again, you have to look at the facts. President Trump got us out of the Paris Climate Accord. He got us out of the Iran nuclear deal. Gas prices were low, $1.27 here, $2 here. I know people were like criticizing him for his tweets, but I love them. We could really use a mean tweet right about now. For Elon Musk to endorse him means something. For RFK Jr. to leave his party, it means something. For Alan Dershowitz to leave the party, it means something. For Tulsi Gabbard to leave the party. Tulsi Gabbard was put on the FBI watch list, the terrorist list. She had to go through all these different channels, investigation rooms, just to get on a flight with her husband. She talked about that recently. And she was on an FBI terror watch list for years. Who put her there? Biden-Harris administration put her there. These are real facts. We can't ignore the facts. And that's what I feel, in my opinion, that President Trump should focus on tonight. He should focus on the facts. He should focus on her policies as senator and as VP, and what her policies and her administration will be in the future. President Trump should also focus on his successes when he was president and his policies and what policies he's going to implement for the future and how he's going to change America for the better. It's the same thing as what Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu is doing in Israel today. He is fixing the country. He is combating the enemy. He is annihilating the enemy once and for all so that the country of Israel will be better for 75 years plus. He is going to rewrite history and rewrite and remap and reshape the country so that these terrorists will not do another October 7th. And that is what President Trump is going to do in the White House. He's going to reshape America, rebuild it, make it better. Again, make America great again and keep America great. They're great slogans that resonate. Again, if you go to a Trump rally, he focuses on we. He doesn't focus on I. He says, we are in this together. We will work together. We. That's all that comes out of his mouth. When you go to a Kamala Harris rally, she goes, oh, thank you. Okay, be quiet now. Simmer down. simmer down. We got business to discuss now. Okay. It's about what I'm going to do for you. Sit down. And she's got a different accent at every single rally. Different accent. Shows her fakeness. She goes to Detroit, she sounds like one person. She goes to Georgia, she sounds like something else. Tries to sound like a Southerner, and she's not. You know what I recommend all of you guys to do today when you have a chance? As you're watching the debate, put it on mute for 1 minute. Just mute. Facial expressions tell a lot about a person. Not listening to their voices tells a lot as well. You can see who's the fake person, who's the real person. My father told me this years ago. We did this with when Barack Obama was debating Mitt Romney and others. You put them on mute and you watch their facial expressions. You watch their gestures. The camera never lies. It's like miming, pantomiming. If you know miming, they don't talk. It's all within their expression. It's all within their face. It's all within their hands. It's all within the movement of their body. You have to watch the body language of her, the body language of him, her hand gestures, how her face looks to the audience and how her face looks to him and to the moderator, if she looks at him at all, if he looks at her at all. You have to study them without listening. That will also make a difference in how you decide. And also, my advice as a political consultant is you can't just pick someone based on popularity. You have to actually work with the candidate that you know in your heart is going to win, but also has the heart, also cares about we the people. There's so many political consultants out there that charge hundreds of thousands of dollars, sometimes millions of dollars. They don't care if their candidate wins or loses. It's all about the money for them. But me as a political consultant, I'm not like that. I actually care about the candidates I work with. And I have great relationships with the candidates that I work with. The reason that Naomi was on tonight was because my former candidate I worked for, Philip Hamilton, connected me with her. If I didn't have that great relationship with Philip Hamilton, I never would have connected with Naomi. I never would have connected with the rally for Virginia women because Philip Hamilton's in Virginia. Tim Fazenbaker, he's an elected official. I've worked with him for 5 years. I have a great relationship with him. And he's introduced me to so many people, and he has upped my status in the Maryland area and nationwide. He has helped me improve not only as his campaign manager, but he actually encouraged me to become a political consultant. And he has introduced me to so many people because he has faith in me and knows my capability and knows that I'm strong and passionate about what I do. But the reason that I stick with him and I continue to work with him is because he doesn't stray away from his principles and hardcore beliefs. He's had the same consistent message from when I met him to now, even before I met him. And also I see how he is with his constituents, how he cares about them, how he wants to help them, regardless of party. That's why it's really important as a political consultant who you work with. It's a very small field. And you can ruin your reputation like that if you work with the wrong person. Don't do it for the wrong reasons. Don't do it for the money. It shouldn't be about the money. And you should care if you lose. It's not good as a political consultant if you have more losses than wins. You should do it for the right reasons, always. But again, going back to the questions that I asked Naomi, what are 3 questions President Trump should ask Kamala? I agree with her. She should ask her about the border. She should ask her about the situation in Afghanistan, how they dismantled and how 13 innocent lives were killed for no reason, why she didn't go visit the families and why she wasn't there in Arlington Cemetery. And he should ask why she snubbed the Prime Minister of Israel when he came to town. Those are very important questions. Why does she keep giving money to Ukraine? What's the deal? Why does she love Hamas so much? Why is she catering to Iran? What's the deal? Why, when her running mate was asked, what do you think about the 6 hostages that were murdered? What do you think? And he was like, bye, everybody. No more questions. Goodbye. He had no comment, no statement. She says she supports Israel, but she stabs them in the back. Those are questions to ask. And the other question is, you said you're going to ban fracking in 2019, and now you say you're not going to ban fracking. Well, which is it? You're going to ban it or not? We know you want electronic cars in 2035 permanently. You want to get rid of cars that require gas and put in electronic cars permanently. Let's not lie to the American people anymore. We know that you knew that Joe Biden had dementia. Stop lying to the American people. And then what is your advice to President Trump tonight? What advice would you give him? And I agree with Naomi that he should just sit back and listen. Some people are saying he shouldn't attack her. He shouldn't attack her character. My opinion is President Trump has every right to defend himself. These people are trying to put him in jail. There was an attempted assassination on his life. We're getting to the bottom of who was really a part of that. They say it was the Iranians. They say it was an inside job. There's a lot of factors in there. They say Secret Service was in on it. A lot of different factors in there. President Trump knows what's going on. President Trump knows they want to try to put him in jail. President Trump knows they want to cheat like hell so he will lose. President Trump knows they want him to lose in November and then go to jail 2 days before Thanksgiving. He's not stupid.
Alexandra, we're starting the pre-show 1 minute ago.
Oh, okay. So I just want to end it like this. Please watch the show, everybody. Or please watch the debate. Please watch my show. Again, Alexandra 360. Go to Alexandra 360 at the Patriots Prayer on X, the Patriots Prayer at Rumble at the Patriots Prayer. You can also follow me on X at Alexandra Levi 20 at Facebook, Alexandra Levine. Also True Social at AR Levine 85, YouTube at Levine Consulting. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody, please watch the debate. Starts at 9 p.m. And the reason you listen and the reason you watch is you are no idiot.
Good for